everyone, Sandy here, and this is Creative Discovery in PaintShop Pro. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, a very warm welcome. Please click on the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner, and this way you'll be able to find your way back to my channel and my videos. For today I have another Halloween tutorial for you. This is again an intermediate standard with no plugins used. I have used supplies from Pixabay. The links to those are in the description box below, and there's also a texture I have zipped up, and the link for that is also down below. So go ahead, grab all those supplies, open up PaintShop Pro, and let's hop into it. Here is a little preview of what we are going to be making in this tutorial. Okay, first of all, open all your supplies in PaintShop Pro, and we're going to start with this image. You're going to duplicate it, then close the original, and then resize this by 60% and sharpen, and then right click on your background layer and promote background layer. Add a new raster layer, and you're going to flood fill that with white, and then move that to the bottom. Now activate raster 1, then click on load mask from disk, and you're going to locate the SG Halloween 17 mask. The settings are create mask from source luminance, fit to canvas, have the invert transparency ticked, and then hide all mask and click load. Now we're going to merge that layer group. Then we're going to effects, distortion effects, lens distortion, and you're going to use the settings of -230, vertical 182. We're going to have pin cushion, and strength will be 27, and the color is 383A09, and click OK. Now activate the magic wand, and with the settings on add, match mode color tolerance 0, neither layers or contiguous will be ticked, feathering is 0, anti-alias is ticked. Just click in the green area. Now we're going to go to texture, and I have used this pebbles texture. It's called 16 street rounded cobble, size 25, smoothness 0, depth of 2, ambience 78, shininess 0. This color, right click, is the dark grey. 315 for the angle, 50 for intensity, and 25 for elevation. Then click OK, then go up to effects, texture effects, and find polished stone, and the settings are going to be 3 in the blur, 5 in the detail, polishing 10, angle 225, and right click on this color, and it is the light grey this time. Now we're going to invert that selection, and then right click and promote selection to layer. So now this area of the mask is now on its own layer. We're going to expand that selection by 2. Okay, now we are going to select selection borders. Now these selections are all in the selections tab under modify. So your expand, contracts, all of these are in there. The ones that I use regularly, I have little icons up the top. Now we are going to add a border with inside, anti-alias ticked, and the border width will be 15. Now we're going to flood fill that with the green you placed in the background box, which was the same green from the outside. Now we're going to go to the blinds, which is again in effects, texture effects. We're going to place a width of 15, and the opacity will be 50. This color is 976016, and the horizontal and light from top left will both be ticked. We're now going to effects, distortion effects, and going to warp. The horizontal will be 67, the vertical 22, the size 81, and the strength is -78. Click OK. Then we're going to add an inner bevel. The inner bevel we are using is number 6. The width is 10, smoothness 0, depth of 1, ambience 82, shininess 42. The color is white, angle 315, intensity 41 and elevation 21, and then click OK. We're going to add a drop shadow to that. We're going to have 10 in the vertical and the horizontal. The opacity will be 50. We will have 5 in the blur and the colour will be black. Click OK, and then we are going to repeat the drop shadow, changing the vertical and horizontal to -10, and click OK. Now right click on that layer and promote selection to layer. So we want another layer with just that border, and then deselect. Now locate this tree that you downloaded from Pixabay, copy and paste it as a new layer. We are going to resize that layer. Now make sure your resize all layers box is unticked. Now we're going to resize that by 25%. Click OK, sharpen it up, and then you're going to flip horizontal. Now this is in image and flip horizontal. So we're going to make it go the other way. We are going to take that down one layer so it's underneath that border, then grab your move tool and shift it over to the side. So then part of those roots and branches here will actually be behind that border. Okay, we're going to add a drop shadow to that. Now it'll be the same drop shadow we just used, but the colour, change that to the light grey. Now locate the cobweb and copy and paste that as a new layer. We're going to resize this by 12%. Now we're going to add a drop shadow to that, and we're going to change the vertical and horizontal to -5, leave the opacity at 50 and the blur at 5, and this light grey. Click OK. Place it down in the bottom corner. I'm going to move it above the border, so it will be the top layer, and move it right onto the edge. I am going to zoom in so I can see what I am doing. Okay, now duplicate that layer, and then now this is in image, in the mirror, so we're going to do mirror horizontal and mirror vertical, so you will have a copy up in the top right hand corner. Okay, we're going to merge all those layers visible now, so make sure you've got everything where you want it. Now I'm just going to shift my tree down a little tiny bit, so I've got some branches coming down into this lighter area here. So make sure you just got everything where you want it, and then merge those layers visible, then select all. Now we are going to contract that selection by 8 pixels, and then invert the selection. Now we're going to fill that with the green and a grey. Now place in your foreground box the light grey, and then choose gradient, then click on your gradient. Now it hasn't automatically selected foreground background gradient for you. Find that one, and then place the angle at 45 and the repeats at 5. It is a linear selection, and click OK. Then flood fill that border with that gradient. Now add the same inner bevel we added before, and click OK. Now we're going to add cutout. So first of all, invert the selection, add a new raster layer, and then go to cutout, which is in your effects 3D, and we're going to make the first cutout 25 in the vertical and horizontal. The color is black, the opacity is 50, and the blur is 10. So don't tick this box and just click OK. Add another raster layer for the second cutout, which will be -25, and click OK. And then you can deselect. Now we're going to add the last thing, which is this lady. So we need to copy and paste her onto here as a new layer. So copy and paste as a new layer, and you are going to resize her also by 12%, and do make sure that this resize all layers is still unticked. So click that. Now activate your freehand selection and place it on add and put a feather of 50 in here. The smoothing is 5, anti-alias is ticked. Now go around the inside, then you're going to invert that selection and then hit the delete key on your keyboard. You may have to hit it again, or you're going to get a couple of lines. So I'm just hitting my delete key twice. I'll just undo that and I'll show you what I mean. Now with my move tool, if I move her, there is actually a bit of a straight line across the top and down the edges with the image. Now if I hit the delete key twice, it's just going to take those away. Deselect, then move her to about there. You'll have to judge whether you'll have to hit the delete key once or twice to get rid of those lines. Now we're going to change the layer blend mode to screen, and then we're going to lower the opacity to around 80. Now the best way of getting the exact number, right click, then go to properties, and your opacity settings are here. Put 80 in, click OK. Now you could add text to that. You have room at the bottom here to place some text. I'm not going to add any text to mine. I think I have enough on it. So I'm going to leave that there and just merge all layers, and I am done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, and if you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Now I do have one more Halloween tutorial planned for you, and if all goes according to plan with the weather, then this will come out on Sunday. Now we have been having a lot of storms here, and some of them electrical storms, and in our house when we have an electrical storm the modem goes off, so there is no internet, so therefore I can't upload these videos. But as I said in a previous video, I will get them out as soon as I possibly can. So have fun, enjoy the tutorials, and I will see you later. Bye!